What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing? Everybody keep that same energy when Dubois knocks out Usyk. Wavy, that's not going to happen. I hope it happens, but it's not going to happen. Not going to happen, brother man. Not going to happen. Unfortunately. Hold on a second. Let's see. I'm going to put the link in a second. Here is the link. Whoop, there it is. All right. Oh, let me put this. Oh, yeah, the link is there. Okay, never mind. What up, David? Check that link out, Unc. It's Turkey. What link? Yeah, what? Was that Turkey on Ness's show? I know he was on fucking Ness's show. And I missed it. That's fine. What do you want from me? Yeah, I've seen this. What about it? That should be me interviewing him. Crawford, Usyk, Inoue. Top 3 in my book. Everybody keep that same energy. We're going to see about that. We're going to see. What's Fight Sports Talk doing? He's stirring the pot. Steering the pot. Upset alert. Yeah, I am salty. I definitely am salty. I looked at it. What is it? It's Turkey talking to on the Ring magazine interview. What's the big deal? I don't get it. What's the urgency here? I don't get it. I don't get it, brethren. Brethren. What's the fucking deal? All right, we got some people in here. My man, Oval Office.
What's up, Marco?
The pot stirrer. What's up? Alan Day.
What's up, champ? How you doing?
You know, been better, been worse. How about you?
Word, I'm good, man.
Talk
Good.
to me.
Thanks.
I got Canelo in 5.
Go ahead.
Thanks for having me on, but Marco, I promise I do not say things to try to stir the pot. Just want to make that clear.
Okay.
I like to steer the pot.
Go ahead.
Well,
I don't like the monster Inoue in my top 5 pound for pound.
Damn.
really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of guys under 130 in like that general pound for pound list for me. But
Why?
Inoue in particular, one, because he's been knocked down multiple times, and not just knocked down, he's been badly hurt. And I feel like in his game, you can tell that he's gonna get stopped at some point. That's how I look at it. So for me, I feel like there's 1A and 1A, which is Bud Crawford and Usyk. And my 3, I may have to lean into like Baval or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know if I can do the monster in my
So
top
you
3.
got lighter weight bias.
I have lighter weight bias, but I also have heavyweight bias also. Outside of Usyk, because obviously Usyk, he showed us what he can do in multiple weight divisions, and he has that undisputed thing going on. But I'm not taking Inoue out of my pound for pound because he is 2 times undisputed. So I have to give him credit for that.
Right.
but for me, I don't have him over Shakur. I don't think the monster can beat Shakur in any weight class.
Okay.
So,
Who's trying to talk now?
Yeah, I personally think Inoue has a better resume than anyone except Usyk, so I put him above Crawford in that sense. I agree that if you were to hypothetically shrink Crawford down to Inoue's size, 1-on-1, Crawford would beat him because Inoue is not a very good defensive fighter. I don't think getting knocked down matters in terms of where he goes on the pound for pound because again, his resume for me is better than Crawford's. I think that would be like not having Roberto Duran above Ray Leonard
How
after he beat him.
how
Oh,
how?
could I just finish the point?
Okay, go ahead.
So I'll just say Duran, he was a better fighter than Ray Leonard after the first fight, but defensively, Ray Leonard was always better. So just wanted to point that out. But yeah, go ahead, Marco.
How can you? I'm assuming you're not smoking methamphetamine, right? So let's say
I
you're
don't.
not high.
I don't do drugs.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm just making sure you didn't smoke a little methamphetamine. How is Crawford's resume worse than Inoue's?
Because, well, okay, to sum it up in maybe 30 seconds, Crawford's biggest wins, I don't think anyone would deny this, are Spence, Porter, Yuri Orkis, Gamboa, and Madrimov. We'll just go top four.
Kell Brook,
Sound about
Amir
right?
Khan.
Well, Kell Brook and Amir Khan were past their best. They were old men at that stage. So,
Okay.
well, I just think if people were to go top four victories for Crawford, they go Spence. They probably go Spence number one, then Porter, Gamboa, and then Madrimov. I put Madrimov up there.
Madrimov
Inoue's top.
wasn't really. That was a very close fight. But go ahead.
Yeah, okay, maybe people put Ndongo up there. I think Inoue's top four victories are better. I would go the first win over Nonito Donaire, Stephen Fulton, and I'd also go back to Inoue's first couple of title wins when he was a smaller guy because those guys were actually some of the most decorated champions on his resume.
If you're gonna say Khan and Brook are old, well, so was Donaire.
Exactly.
And Fulton, honestly, to me, and I'm not trying to. He was a bit of a hype job. Like the first big challenge he fought, he lost. So how do those match any of Crawford's wins?
Well, I still think Fulton. I personally wouldn't use the word hype job, but regardless of whether you feel about him,
maybe
he's
not
still
a hype job, but he wasn't a great. Like he's not at the level of I don't think Porter, any of those guys.
Well, I disagree. I think Fulton, in terms of what he achieved and his career still going, I think he's on the same level as Spence, if not higher.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, man. In New Zealand, they have this really good pure methamphetamine. What?
No, that's not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Okay. Well, I'll just finish the point because clearly, look, I promise I am not saying this to try and piss anybody off.
I know that's what you believe. It just happens to always go against the grain, like 3M grit sandpaper. That's okay.
But I'm not doing this on purpose. I'll just finish the point I was making earlier. I think Inoue's top four victories, if you take his earlier wins over Adrian Hernandez and Omar Narvaez, the first win over Donaire was past his best, but he was still a lot better than Khan and Brook were. He was still a world champion, upsetting undefeated young guys in their prime. I think those wins, plus Fulton, and plus some of his recent wins over guys like Luis Neri and other guys he defeated, like Emmanuel Rodriguez, I think that's better than Crawford's resume.
I think that undefeated Victor Postol is one of the most slept-on wins on Bud Crawford's resume, being that Victor Postol had just came off of dominating and stopping Matisse and chasing Danny Garcia out of the division. Okay. And I think a lot of issues here is that a lot of folks look at the downside of a fighter's career when they doing the resume comparison instead of looking at them when they were in their prime. So if you look at Gamboa, you look at Victor Postol, those were excellent wins in the time that they occurred. Not to mention that Bud Crawford, and not just Bud, but all fighters will always lean into their first title as their most prominent dub. And the fact that Bud went overseas to beat Ricky Burns, he will always rank that probably higher than most of his victories. And I would like to agree with them. But for me, you know, I love the Victor Postol victory because it showed a lot of diversity within his game. I think that was one of the best Bud Crawfords in that bout. So, in reference to Inoue, I'm not even gonna go resume when it comes to pound for pound. Like, how often do we really do that? Do we look at resumes for pound, or we look more like in reference to the skill set? Now, if you want to talk in terms of career, who has the better career based on resume, then we can go down in that direction. But if we want to talk about pound for pound, skill for skill, because that's what we're ranking, right? That's what we're looking at. It's hard for me to look at the monster Inoue and say he's skillfully better pound for pound than a generational talent such as Bud Crawford. That's just me.
I kind of have a balanced between the two of you. I'm kind of right in between the two of you. Like, I think Inoue does have just as much skill as Bud, but I kind of agree with what both you say down the middle. I kind of don't. I would lean towards Crawford, I guess, just because he had better competition. But then I ask myself, is it better competition just because they're bigger names? Because the lighter weights are known not to have knockouts. They're known not to be they're not as famous. They're not as well known. They don't have as much notoriety. So it's like, he's still cleaned out everybody within, what do you do, 3 divisions, 4 divisions? How many divisions Inoue dominate? 3 or 4?
This is his fourth.
Fourth. I mean, come on. That's, and Bud has done similar. So I don't know. For me, it's tough. But Inoue is known them. I disagree with you, Alan. Inoue's skill is insane. I think he has.
No. I'm not challenging his skill, but how do you think a Gamboa versus Inoue look in Gamboa's prime?
You mean if Gamboa was way lighter?
Well, in their prime, yeah, in their prime, because I wouldn't consider. I would consider Gamboa's prime against Bud Crawford close, but he was kind of shaky. He was still undefeated, but he, in respect to Gamboa, he was kind of shaky going into that fight anyway. He'd already been down, not like Inoue, who's been down and badly hurt. Gamboa was down, but he was still considered a pound for pound fighter, a great fighter, really skillful, really quick. And I mean, he was getting some really good hype at the time. I mean, a Gamboa versus the monster Inoue would have been the monster's best opponent and best fight on his resume. Prime Gamboa.
I don't know. I think Inoue is just as talented. I think Inoue is actually more exciting than Bud. I don't know, man. They're so close. I don't think his IQ, his technical ability isn't at Bud's level, but he hits harder. He's faster. He has very good footwork. That's a tough one. It's really I guess I'd have to lean towards Bud between the two of them, but we all have a bias of you do of the lower weights. A lot of us are like, fuck these lower weights, like because when you're not beating a bunch of well-known opponents who are also like Bud is beating opponents who are well-known and who are dominating in their own right. So when he beats them, you're like, whoa. Inoue's beating dudes who, even if they dominated, like, we just don't know who they are. Oh.
Well, I do agree. A lot of the names on Inoue's resume, they shouldn't have been fighting for world titles, but that's just the way they managed Inoue's career. He had a lot of gimme title fights early on, and now he's fighting all comers. And if he ends up beating Akhmadaliev and then fights Nakatani and beats him, I think this guy's comparable to the Four Kings. But right now he's just a good all-time great, not in that upper tier level of elite. And I agree that skill. People have different criteria when it comes to pound for pound. Some say skill, some say resume. So I would give, the skill edge to Crawford because he is a more complete fighter. In a way, he's kind of like a Duran kind of guy. So there's different criteria when it comes to pound for pound. I do think, in a ways, resume. I think people again go a bit overboard when they say, "Oh, little guys aren't well known," because I know this is an unpopular view, but I don't think Fulton's resume is much different to Errol Spence's, and that was an easy win for it in a way.
But Errol Spence is a unified champion with Hall of Famers on his resume. I can't say the same for Fulton. Fulton's never even been unified.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the belts don't matter as much, but the second thing matters. What you said about the Hall of Famers on your right. To me, the resume matters. And I mean, Spence has great wins.
Well, I mean, he has good wins. He has good wins, Marco. He has good wins. I'm not going to say.
I think they're great. I think they're great. I mean, because there was only one other person at his level, which was Crawford. The rest of them, it was like they were the two guys who were above everybody else. Everybody else was just one tier below them.
I would argue that Errol Spence's best performance of his career was beating a fragile Kell Brook.
I don't really like when we put these caveats in wins like this. I mean, because the truth is, if you want to shit on anybody's win, like there is not one win in history that all of us, if we tried to, couldn't shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that are unavoidable. Like, when you're fighting somebody who's super old or whatever, but like, you could always find something to discredit a win if you really try.
Okay, so do you really give credit to fighters who beat Roy Jones as he was coming down from heavyweight?
No, of course.
So,
but I'm saying like Roy Jones was also one of the biggest drop-offs in boxing history. Well, we've almost never seen somebody be from Superman to literally I mean, he went from such a total difference in the way that he fought. So that's not a good example. You know what I mean? I don't think.
Can I say something? Can I say something right quick?
Yeah.
So can you? So you saying we talking about the Errol Spence win over Kell Brook, right? So what you telling me, Marco, is you're going to ignore the fractured eye socket he got from Triple G, the beatdown he got from Triple G,
yes,
and that he fought Errol Spence 11 months after the surgery. Don't dismiss all
that. Yeah,
you know what?
The body heals. Hold on, the body heals. The doctors, the medicals are all passed. He's good to go.
I'm going to ignore the face fracture as well. But what I'm not going to ignore is the fact that Kell Brook jumped 2 weight classes and then came right back down in a matter of months to fight. I'm not gonna ignore that.
To me, I would discredit Triple G's win more so because Kell Brook wasn't naturally a 160 pounder. So that I would not discredit, but be like, okay, well, you were kind of supposed to win that. That I would look at, because now it's almost an unfair fight.
And in respect to Kell Brook, he was doing a hell of a job in that fight as well.
Yeah. Until he got caught, and then he might have fucked his own career up by doing that. Fighting, who else did he fight? Did he fight Canelo, Kell Brook? No.
Well, two things. Number one, he had $6 million he had 6 million reasons to take that fight with Triple G because nobody else was gonna give him that. Number one, and number two, he was doing well in the fight, but he came down so fast and never really had a chance to get himself back together in 11 months after getting fractured, beat up, and then losing all that weight. But he still put up a good performance against Errol Spence. He still put on a good performance against Errol Spence.
He was.
So I can't go with you on that one, Marco, because you got to take into effect that the man just came out from under the knife 11 months before he fought the dude. You got to put that into consideration.
I mean, I don't. The body heals. I mean, the heals. The fucking body heals. Like, you can use that if you want, and you might have a point, maybe, but there's also tons of fighters who heal completely. He wouldn't have passed his medicals if this was an issue.
I mean, listen, this guy, he dropped down. What was it? Within 6 months of his surgery.
I don't know.
6 months, something like that. Within 6 months of surgery, dropped back down 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence. I mean, that's tough, man. But I'm still going to give that victory as Errol Spence's best win, being that he still had to go overseas to fight Kell Brook, and it was a raucous atmosphere, and he really didn't look good at all. Probably half of the bout, and he was able to make an adjustment to get the stoppage victory. I mean, to me, that's his best win.
Porter's a great win. It was close, but Porter's a great win.
Yeah, I thought that Porter probably won that fight, though.
Nah, especially not with the knockdown.
Yeah, but I
His
still think
knockdown got it for Earl.
But
The knockdown pulled it out for Earl.
I mean, I think it was similar to what just happened in this Morrell bout. Morrell he was knocked down, but I thought he won more rounds.
Oh, yeah, I thought Morrell lost.
You did? Yeah, I thought Morrell won that fight.
Yeah, I thought that Russian guy beat him. The guy dropped him, was battering him.
I thought
Morrell lost, but
I thought the Russian guy was doing a lot of posing, but maybe that's just me.
You thought what?
I thought he was doing a lot of posing. Like he was posing, he would have like a flurry here and there, but I thought Morrell was doing the best work. He was putting jabs and combinations together, and I thought 6 through 10 when, the announcers were like, hey, who was it? Tarver? It was like, he needs a knockdown in this round, and he was winning the round. Like, dude, like how many rounds do we need a knockout in or knockdown in if he's winning the round? So I thought it was just some
Well, you know
bias
what it is with Morrell? Morrell is flashy. He does everything flashy, and he punches hard, but he does it flashy. And this guy was just plodding, walking him down, punching on him, beating him up, pushing him around. You never seen Morrell get pushed around like that. He was out muscling Morrell.
And this guy was juiced up too, so what the hell?
Well, hey, no, not according to the man. The man just said last night on the interview, anybody who's juicing will not be on my card. You must take a test to be on my card. So let's not come with that giving David Morrell an excuse because he got his ass whooped. Talking about the juice.
I'm not giving him an excuse, but I thought the guy looked good, but I don't think he looked that. I thought he looked good, but I still believe that Morrell outboxed him. You can't win a fight.
I won't argue that. I won't argue that point. That the fight was close. That's why I'm with Marco. I hate when people say robbery in a close fight. It was a close fight. It could have went either way.
Yeah.
Well,
close fights can't be robberies, in my opinion.
Close fights can't be robberies, but I mean it can be. But then you look at the Matias bout, Matias and Pollo. I thought Pollo. I think you can almost lean into robbery there, being that Pollo was the champion.
That was a close fight. I don't think that was a robbery. That was a close fight. It could have went either way.
It was a close fight, but I don't think the champion should lose like that in a close fight.
Why not? If the contender can lose like that, why can't the champion lose like that? It's going to be fair, but it's going to be an even playing field, right?
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that whole the champion has to do more because then you're saying
fuck all that.
The rules are the
rules. If you the champ, keep your belt, beat the guy. If you can't beat the guy, you lose. Plain and simple.
If a punch lands, it's considered a certain point. It's points. Like you shouldn't have to land more punches just because you're a contender. You're the challenger. I don't. Some people agree with you though, Alan. Like I just don't agree with that whole like you got to beat.
Yeah, I don't agree with that point either.
I understand. I understand.
I don't agree with that either. Some people do agree with you though. A lot of people actually agree with you. I just don't.
No, I respect that opinion. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm not saying that you need to beat the hell out the champion, but I feel like it needs to be really clear.
I mean, I don't. If you win, it's like the rules. The rules should always be the same for every single fight. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. I don't think there's no caveats. Like, well, you got to win just a little more. If you land more punches, you won, right? You don't have to. You know what I mean?
That's the way it should work.
You don't have to convincingly beat a champion. You just have to beat them.
Well, so here's the thing. I hate to lean off the subject, but it just seems that it was more a robbery to the fact that Turkey goes into the ring and respect the turkey if he's listening to this, but
I wish.
but he goes into the ring and he already has a fight planned for Matias, and he already have a plan for the winner of that bout fighting Pollo, but in reality, Matias versus Pollo should have been an immediate rematch. So for me, that leans into robbery because it seems like a fight was already planned.
But here's my question. Do we know, because we don't know, do we know if a rematch clause was negotiated in the contract?
Well, he was the champion, so the assumption there, and again, I'm not into the business aspect like that of boxing, but the assumption here is that there's a rematch clause, being that Pollo is the champion. I think he was the WBC, right? But
yeah, WBC champion. But we have seen titles change hands where there is no rematch clause, and they don't get rematch. We've seen that before. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Pollo didn't negotiate that, or it was not offered during negotiation.
Listen, we saw Earl Spence pretty much was decapitated with the rematch clause, and that was supposed to happen. And luckily, the fight did not happen as a rematch. But yes, some fights
because he physically couldn't. Because he physically couldn't make the rematch. Physically, he couldn't make it.
I don't even care about the physical aspect. The aspect that's important to me is that he was destroyed, dominated, and didn't look like he even had a chance of competing against Bud Crawford. That's a fight we don't need to see. We don't need to see a rematch in a bout like that. Nope. But in Matias versus Pollo, we need to see that rematch. We definitely need to see that rematch.
I get that, what you're saying, but the point is, if it's negotiated in the contract, whether we need to see it or not, the contract has to be honored if this guy can show up to the fight. The problem with the Spence versus Crawford rematch was the fact that Errol couldn't get medically cleared because he was so beat up. That's why the fight didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so in reference to back to the pound for pound discussion, like I did notice that they added on the ring, they added Shakur Stevenson number 10, and I believe they moved.
I agree.
With being 10 though?
I agree with him being on the list. 10, I don't know. The numbers are so interchangeable.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, for me, I don't agree that he was off the pound for pound list. Like, how many guys that's ranked pound for pound are in the top 10 that are 3 division champions, unified, and held one of their titles?
Because he only beat Herring and Valdez. That's 2 people he beat. Herring was older. Valdez is his only real one, big win. So that's why. I believe.
Well, my bigger issue was, why was Benavidez not on the list?
Of course.
That's one of my issues.
That makes me want to throw up when I see that shit. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
Yeah. Is he not on the list now?
No, there's some dude's name I never even heard of.
No, he's not even on the list, bro.
Number 8.
They got some guy named Kenshiro. What's his name?
Yeah, who the fuck is that?
Who's that guy? Kenshiro, number 9, whoever the hell that guy is.
Yeah,
Benavidez has beaten a lot of people, dominated them, like gone up. Like, I don't understand.
Who's he beat?
Who, Benavidez?
Plant, Boo Boo.
Who's this Kenshiro guy beat? Who's he beat that we know of? Who's he beat that we heard of?
I don't even know who he is.
I think that Benavidez's best win to date is against David Morrell, and I would like to see a rematch on that.
Maybe a rematch. Why?
Well, because I believe
he's gonna beat him down again. Probably started quicker this time.
Well, I believe that
based on what we saw Saturday, he'll probably stop it quicker this time.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Well, I believe stylistically, here's the thing. Stylistically, it's a really entertaining fight, okay, for one. It's a good fight, and I don't think it was a wide enough victory for us to say, okay, well, this does not deserve a rematch, being that David Benavidez, he did go down, and he was badly, and, well, not on, so we can consider the sketch knockdown, cool. But David Benavidez was badly hurt in that fight multiple times. Yes.
What?
Yes.
When?
Yes. Badly hurt. Oh, rewatch it. What was it? The fifth, fourth, or fifth round? Matter of fact, actually, the round where they
Fifth round.
was it? What was it? The fifth round.
Fifth round.
Fifth round where he clipped
That's
him
what I
and
remember.
buckled him. And his
Fifth round.
instincts did allow him to get back, swing quite a bit, but he was hurt. He was buckled, and I've never seen David Benavidez. Well, we've seen him go down, but I've never seen him buckled like that. So, for me,
I never saw Benavidez hurt at all.
In that fight.
Nah, hurt. What's your
Yeah,
definition of
Marco.
hurt?
I gotta put you up on game, young brother. He was hurt in the fifth round. He was hurt, but he fought out of it. He didn't clinch. He fought his way off the ropes.
He fought out respect. He did, but his
What's
instincts.
Rocked or hurt? Like
No, he
was rocked to
hurt
his socks. He was rocked.
is when somebody's about to go down.
He was clean.
That fight,
he was cleanly hit and cleanly hurt. He was hurt.
I think that if that round, if it was about 20 more seconds in that round, he would have went down.
I mean, you guys could put the link in the chat. I disagree. He was not hurt.
It was at the end. It was at the end of the round.
I remember when he got caught, he got rocked a little, but I don't remember him being hurt. And look, there's the problem. It's subjective. Your definition of hurt isn't mine. Hurt is, in my opinion, when you're dazed and about to go down. Rocked is when you just get caught clean once, and then you're fine after.
And I like David.
No, he wasn't fine after. He wasn't fine going to the corner.
Yeah, because it was late. He luckily
he had to find his way.
I don't remember any of that shit. Put that in the.
He had to find his way to the corner, Marco.
Yeah.
He had to find his way to the corner.
That is erroneous. I don't remember that at all.
But
that's okay. That's okay. You'll have to remember it. Yeah.
And the fact that the referee took a point from
beat the guy down. No, he did what he did.
The referee also called that bullshit a knockdown, which it wasn't. So
Yeah, but he also took the point. So that come on, man.
It goes both ways. That was not a knockdown. So he took because
he kept hitting him low. You gotta start hitting the man low. Come on, man.
Low? What do you mean low?
He took the point for hitting him low, right?
No, we're talking about the
bullshit knockdown. Hitting off the. No, he took a point for hitting.
No. He said Morrell took a point. He said Morrell got a point taken. Morrell got a point taken for hitting David Benavidez low.
You know why I don't remember that?
No. They took the point because he hit after the bell.
Right.
But that was
right. I remember that.
That was in response.
Why none of that matters is David Benavidez won that fight so convincingly. None of that shit matters. Even with a bullshit knockdown, he still won.
It was not that convincingly because, like I said, he got hurt, he got knocked down.
Unanimous isn't convincing.
No, I don't think he would. I think it was. Yes, I think he won the fight.
He didn't get knocked down like he did officially, but not technically. No, everybody saw that was a push in the shoulder.
But here's the thing, Marco. I think that fight was more of a 7-5 type fight. And a 7-5 type fight you can have a rematch. I don't think it was like a 8-2 or a 8-4 or anything. I think it was
not a fan of Benavidez. That's what it sounds like to me.
See, here we go.
That's what it sounds like.
Listen. I love his fighting style. You know what I mean?
When I heard you talking, and I'm like, if he brings up the knockdown, he doesn't like Benavidez.
No. I'm bringing up the fact that he got
knockdown.
And I said that, but at the end of the day, it was a knockdown. It was scored as a knockdown.
That would only matter if the fight was close. You know what I'm saying? Then it would matter in the scorecards. Like, ooh, that makes the difference. But it didn't make, even with it scored, it didn't make a difference.
Yes, to the judges, but it looked like from a boxing eye that was more of a 7-5 type fight. To me, it looked like a 7-5 fight.
Right. Okay.
So,
but
not only that, I feel like it was an exciting enough fight that if you're a boxing fan, you would love to see a fight like that again, because I don't think that David Benavidez versus Beterbiev will ever happen. And that would be an exciting fight as well, because both of them are gonna, that's a clash of styles. Versus Bivol versus David Benavidez, it's skillful boxer versus boxer puncher. It's not going to be as exciting as.
This is what the chat thinks. I believe 8-4, 9-3 is about right. 9-3.
I don't think it's 9-3. Nah, I think it's.
That's
I think
about what I saw too. Yeah.
I didn't see no 9-3.
And I think David Benavidez walks through Bivol and Beterbiev, both of them.
Yeah.
I know, no, trust me. Like a lot of people that that's more arguable, but I think he does. Every single fight.
Stylistically, I don't see no walkthrough against Bivol. I think
that's what they said about Caleb Plant. He's gonna box the shit out of him. Blah blah. I mean, they said that about everybody.
Well, Caleb Plant is a guy historically who've had conditioning problems. So eventually, in fact, that fight was the last time I thought Caleb Plant had solid conditioning throughout the fight. I mean, he slowed down obviously dramatically late, but I haven't seen him with that good of conditioning in a very long time. So, outside of McCumbee, I mean, he was conditioned like he probably respect.
That was more of a brilliant tactical move. He knew that McCumbee was his power and his explosiveness was at the end of his punches. So he got close because he knew McCumbee needed that looping trajectory to land a hard punch. He couldn't do it from in close.
For sure.
And when he got close, McCumbee was just, as the young kids would say, cooked.
No, it's tactically it was a genius move. I mean that to me, that's his best performance of his career. That was really an awesome strategy.
Man. Such a simple, and I've done that. I've been in there with guys or there's guys conversely who to fight very well on the inside. So I'm just going to keep a little range. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And McCumbee was very limited. Like he was hurting. He had fucking Plant. He threw his ass in the frying pan for a little bit there until Plant made that one adjustment.
Yeah, for sure.
And McCumbee didn't know what to do with it. Like, get your ass off. Like, he didn't even try and get off the ropes. He just banged.
Do we find out what McCumbee is in this fight coming up or no?
He's fighting. Who's he fighting again?
I don't remember.
It's a good fight.
Diego Pacheco.
Pacheco beats him. He's too good of a boxer. But McCumbee does have that explosive,
Listen, Marco. Pacheco, McCumbee is looking at the 11th and 12th round of Pacheco versus Steven Nelson, where Nelson, at some point, he just decided to bite down and, again, keep him at the end of his punches, and he buzzed Pacheco, and Pacheco could not handle all the volume punching, the hard volume punching. One thing that we do know is that McCumbee in those first 5 rounds, he's throwing like a tank. He's throwing everything. And so if Pacheco can withstand the first, 3 or 4 rounds without getting clipped or without getting caught with a hard punch that's going to really put him in a bad position, I think that he outboxed him by 12. But those first 4 rounds are going to be something to watch because McCumbee is throwing everything.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be fun. When is that fight? Anybody know? No? Nobody?
No, I don't know.
Let's see. That's what Google's for, right? Pacheco versus McCumbee.
What did you say?
It is July. It's the 19th. It's on the undercard of the BAM fight.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be a hell of a fight right there. That's a hell of a fight.
There's a lot of fights Saturday because you got the early ones in England that come on at whatever.
That's this weekend, correct?
Yeah.
Man, that's a hell of a fight, man.
Of course, my wife got people coming over for a fucking barbecue during the day.
I think.
Oh, during the Dubois Usyk fight?
Yeah, and they might even stay late. I told her I'm watching that fight. Like I might, but fuck, it was annoying.
And why is that even a question? Of course you're gonna watch the fight. They can come sit down and watch it with you.
Yeah, no, I know, but you know how women get sometimes.
No, I don't. Man, look, I've been married 23 years. Man, don't miss me with that. If they want to come sit down, they can sit down. But this is what I'm doing. Married.
Oh, you're married? Well, good. Maybe I'm glad you got it like that. Not in this house.
Okay. But hey,
I mean,
it's
not
what
always.
it is. Yeah, and you know what? You're
You know what it
absolutely right, because each house is ran differently. You're absolutely correct.
You know what it is? They have stamina. These women, like, they will hold on to. I'm not. It's not even. I can't. They're like the most supremely conditioned Marvin Hagler when it comes to like holding on to shit like that. And I'm like a jab, like 4 or 5 rounds. I'll go at, but then after I'm like, all right, you got it, because her conditioning is amazing. So I can't do it.
I don't care, man. Get over it.
Hey man, good for you.
Shit. Turn on the light switch. If something happens, you hit the remote. Something happens. You open the refrigerator. There's something in it. There's gas in the car. What else do you want?
Good for you. Good for you.
What's your projection on this Fundora versus Tim Tszyu? How do you feel about that?
I think Tszyu.
Yeah, Timmy.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Timmy.
Unless the Bakram fight jarred his something loose physically and mentally.
Well, I thought that too, but in his last fight, his last bout, I feel like he was a little gun shy early, but then he decided to bite down. So that showed me that he still got it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's from down under,
Yeah, but
man. Those guys are tough.
But that was Joey Spencer, bro. That was Joey Spencer. So
Yeah, but he still had to bite down. I mean, look at Caleb Plant last fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Plant, we saw against McCumbee that he found it and made the adjustment and ended up biting down to get the win. And then in his last fight, he just didn't have that adjustment in him. He didn't have that ability to go into the next gear.
True.
I don't care who the opponent is. You still have to show me that you can bite down, you can change gears, and you want to be in there and take some punishment. And I saw that with Tim Tszyu. So I feel like he's still a mountain man. I feel like he's still tough. I think that he was just in a stylistic mismatch versus Fundora, a guy that no matter what, we know he got that gaping hole in his game. And so, Tim Tszyu's going to be searching. He's going to be looking for that looping over the hand, over, you know what I mean? And try to get that chin, get that.
True.
How do we know Fundora is in good position after getting his nose broke? He know who just broke his nose. So
yeah, that's true.
Same thing could be said.
That's true. Yeah.
I think that I'm and I'll come back and see you, Marco. I'm calling for the 8th round knockout.
Oh shit, word.
Stoppage. Well, I'm gonna say stoppage. Shit. I'm gonna say he stop him.
I hope. I mean, that's what he kind of deserves. Since the first fight shouldn't have gone on as long as it did.
Yeah, he should be pissed off.
Yeah.
At who though? Who should he be pissed off at? His team, right?
Yeah. Well, I think he should be pissed off at the PBC. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of weird things.
Why? Explain.
Why he should be pissed off? One, because
that's the PBC. Yeah.
Well, number one, I don't think that fight should have occurred anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like Keith Thurman, he goes out and you just put him against Fundora, and respect, Fundora did just get knocked out, but Fundora didn't deserve to be in that fight anyway. But at the same time, Fundora is a guy that you need a training camp for, because how many guys do you see with a 80-something reach that's 7 foot in your
well, he's like 6'6", but yeah, it's a big dude.
Right. I'm 6'6", so I mean,
damn,
I get it. Yeah, I'm 6'6", so I get it. But I think that he would have needed a proper camp for a fight like that, and Fundora shouldn't have been in there. And not only that, I think that it should have been an immediate rematch between Tim Tszyu and Fundora instead of Fundora maybe fighting Bud, maybe fighting Spence, and all
should have been stopped in like the 3rd round. Then it would have gone. It would have been a no contest and done.
Yep. But it was.
But here's my point. So how is that the PBC's fault? That's on his team, because his team had ample opportunity to say, "Nope, we're stopping this fight."
It's not.
Number two. Hold on.
Because
Hold on. Only the referee can stop the fight.
The doctor.
And the team can tell the referee, my guy's not competing no more. Stopping this fight.
The doctor, man. The doctor.
The ref cannot make it. Listen, the ref cannot make him fight. If his team says, look, we stopping this fight, my guy's not competing.
Well,
there's nothing the ref can do. You got to stop the fight. Number one. Number two.
If it stops before the fourth, then it's a no contest. After that, they didn't want him to lose because then he lose. Oh wait, no, it was wait, how's that work? They go to the scorecard.
That happened in the second round.
Yeah, they would
have
gone to the
that happened in the second and third round. It wasn't even the fourth round.
Scorecards.
So they couldn't stop that fight.
Down on the scorecards, so maybe that's why they didn't want to do it.
The cut happened in the third round, Marco. They never had to go to the fourth.
Right,
so
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but if he stopped it afterwards, they were worried he'd lose because he was starting to lose because he couldn't see.
They should have stopped it when the cut happened, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Marco, I've seen that happen 2 times, and you can correct me. I know you've probably seen it more, but I saw it in that fight, and I saw it in a fight with Fury. Fury was who was he fighting when he got that massive cut?
Otto Wallen, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Those should have been automatic stoppages because the promotion, because of the money that was on the line, it wasn't stopped. So I'm here with you on that. Like
there's 3 people who could stop it: either the fighter's corner, the ref, or the doctor, and none of them did it, which to me is insane. None of them.
Mm-hmm.
But for instance, in the Fury fight, it was no reason for his corner to stop it because he probably would have lost.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he could see. I don't really remember that fight. If it was, but Zoo kept wiping his eye like it was clearly affecting him.
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't stop the blood at all.
And that shit burns. Blood in your eyeball. It's not like sweat. It burns.
His entire face was covered in blood.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. No.
And number 2, you said Fundora shouldn't have been in that fight.
No, absolutely.
Well, Tim Tszyu, when Thurman went out, they asked Tim Tszyu, was he willing to fight Fundora? They didn't just throw Fundora in there. Tim Tszyu can say yay or nay.
Sometimes you got to save the fighter from themselves.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's why I said if Tim Tszyu should be mad at anybody, it should be his team. He should be mad at them if they allowed him to go in there.
And the promotion. I mean, I understand the promotion want to save the card, but it's clear the promotion valued Fundora over Tim Tszyu.
The corner can't stop it. Like we're talking, the best thing would have been before the fourth, right? So it goes to a no contest.
Mm-hmm.
The corner can't do that. If corner ever chooses to stop it, the fighter loses. So the doctor or the ref had to have stopped it before the fourth. So they fell short.
Oh, okay. So if the corner stops it, the fighter loses.
Yeah, because the corner's saying we don't want to continue. The ref the ref's the one who has to say, no, this is because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, so it's the doctor and the ref's fault.
And are we 100% sure that the promotion did not approach a doctor like, hey, don't stop this fight?
I mean, I would have been like, if it was I would have been like, call the doctor, like, yo, you got to stop. He can't see, and we don't want to lose. Like, I'd be just honest. Like, we don't want to keep going. You stop it now. It's no contest. Nobody loses. But this keeps going. One of us, stop it now. He can't see. Maybe they would have done
the way it turned out. And the way it turned out, you lost anyway. So what does it matter?
Right. But at least it's a loss with an asterisk. We all kind of know, he probably wouldn't have lost.
Well, but in fairness to the promotion, they had already lost the Tim Tszyu fight. The Thurman fight. So that'd have been like 2 blows to one card. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Forgot about Thurman.
Hey, I'm just saying, if it was me, if I was Tim Tszyu, fuck them. They got money, fuck them.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's his face. Who the hell was it? De Los Santos taking his paycheck. Like, fuck it. You want to come in overweight? Kiss my ass. I get paid for nothing. Beautiful.
No, I mean, but he felt a certain way about that because he immediately fired Sampson, so he probably wanted to fight.
Wait, why did he fire Sampson?
No, he fired Sampson because Sampson was the one who tried to bilk him out of 250 racks. That's why he fired Sampson.
Why did Sampson try and take? How?
Sampson told him the fight was worth 250, and when he got with Keyshawn showed him They was online. Keyshawn showed him the what do you call that? Not the contract, but the term sheet. And the fight was worth $450. So Samson tried to work him. That's why he fired Samson's ass.
So Samson tried to keep that, or just
He probably tried to.
He tried to pay him $250 and keep the change. He tried to pay him $250,000 to keep the change.
But how do you? That would be like public. That would be open in the contract. Like Del Santos would have seen that.
Well, you know, like I know, Marco. Sometimes you don't sign that contract till you get to the arena.
That's a bit interesting. I think it has something to do with that stoppage, because at the end of the day, he didn't walk home with. He didn't get what, 500 afterwards. From you know what I mean, he probably would he get like 100,000 or less?
I don't even know.
Well, for that fight, for the Keyshawn fight,
yeah,
he got the whole purse. He got his whole purse.
He didn't get the whole purse. He didn't get.
That's what the reports were. You can look that up. He got paid all the money.
No, he didn't get the whole purse. He probably got.
That's what the report said.
He got.
I'm just telling you what was reported. So I'm telling you what was reported. The reported was he received his full purse. That's what was reported. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see the check, but from what was reported in the media, he got the whole purse.
Weird.
They even said it on the stream on the show that he got the whole purse.
I saw De Los Santos on one of those shows that Marco be on. That I'm pretty sure he talked about that as well.
Right.
But he did say he's making a quick return, so I guess that's how he's going to get his money back.
He been out 2.5 years. He better come back soon. Shit.
Yeah. Right. Fuck.
He better go up to 140, because apparently he didn't look good either.
Yeah, right. We'll see. All right, listen, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll be back on tonight. Gotta get my daughter.
And I don't know what the big.
I will catch you guys tonight. All right?
You out of here?
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get my daughter. Appreciate you guys.
Easy.
All right, brother.
All right.